All right, what's up, everybody? Hey, back with another day of showing you how I am going to track today's food on the app called My Macros Plus so that I can make sure to hit my caloric and my macronutrient goals, my proteins, carbs, and fats. We're going to track it on My Macros Plus. I do this every day. I thought, why not record it, throw it up on here, maybe help some people figure out how to do theirs as well. So if you find this to be helpful, please hit like on it, maybe even subscribe while you're here. My hat looks disgusting. I just got done working out, and we're going to roll with just being sweaty for this one. Do me a favor. I just launched my new website, cheapofitness.com. Link is in the description down below. It's where I spend my time digging through Amazon looking for sales, deals, discounts, coupons on anything fitness related. So do me a favor. Link is in the description down below, cheapofitness.com. So here we are. We are back with another day of me tracking today's food using actual prepped meals. Now, if you watched yesterday's video, you know that this is not normal for me. Usually, I do my food plan as I am progressing throughout the day, as I go, because I have a flexible schedule, so I can kind of wing it in order to hit what I need to hit. But some of you don't have a flexible schedule, so some of you watch those videos and you're like, that's useless to me because my schedule is structured. I can't just wing it all day long. So this week, I really am trying to concentrate more on preparing meals and tracking those meals versus like sort of individual pieces of food as the day goes forward. I've already built most of today's plan. We're going to finish it together, though, but we're going to take a look at a couple things. I'm opening up the app. Again, it's called My Macros Plus. Let me move this into a position where now you can see, where in the world, see this. Okay. So, now typically in the past, let me go back a couple of days. I just want to show you whenever I was prepping my food, you can see here I was adding in individual items, ingredients, one thing at a time. In fact, you can see sometimes like there's fat-free mozzarella, which is not really, I mean, it's a food, but it's like a topping, right? But I was adding these as I went. It's just how I've been able to stay consistent and maintain my overall goals. But a lot of you can't do that. A lot of you need to prep ahead of time, and you need to put things together into a package so that you're not necessarily just prepping one thing at a time. You need to be able to count all of this and make it count as one. And so one of the great things about My Macros Plus is it does exactly that. And so what it allows you to do is there's a thing called recipes, and if I jump over to recipes, you can see here like there's meal 1, meal 2 I've put in here. If I go to meal 1 and then I click the little edit button at the top, I have already added into meal 1 all of those individual things that I was normally adding in one thing at a time. I've actually added all of those in already to this meal. So you can see here there's the chicken breast, couple of turkey meatballs, some baked beans, and some broccoli. And so the cool thing with this app is once you add those pieces in there and you adjust how much you've actually put in here, so I actually measured each one, then it calculates the entire thing for you. This is a 421 calorie meal, 44 grams of protein, 40 of carbs, and 10 of fat. So you can just add that in then as a whole meal, which I have already done. You can see here I've got meal 2, which was this one, which is a couple of wraps, some sweet potatoes. Then down for dinner, I've got meal 1, which is the other one. So instead of adding each thing at one at a time, now I just select the recipe and add the recipe in. Even for breakfast, what I did is I've done the same thing. Even though I still make my breakfast in real time, I've still created it as a recipe. Let's take a quick look at what that consists of. Let's go to breakfast and hit the little edit button. So my breakfast now is a cup of bone broth. We've got 1 regular egg and then some egg whites. So very basic breakfast. I did have some coconut water on there, but I felt like that was a little bit too high on my carbs today, so I pulled that back. But that is my recipe for breakfast for today. So a lot cleaner, only 1 entry for each meal. So now normally whenever I build my meals, I have a 3-step process that I go through. The first step of my 3 steps is I put in my daily staples. My staples are things for me which are essentially the same things every single day. I don't have to think about, well, what am I going to eat at this particular point? And so for me, my staples are my pre and my post-workout meal. And they're staples for me because they've always got some version of protein drink on both of them. It's just what I do. And so you can see here on my pre-workout, I've started out with a 1.5 scoops of apple protein and then some gummy bears just for a nice pre-workout boost. And then same thing on my post-workout, the exact same thing. That's why they're staples for me, is they don't take a lot of thoughts. In fact, I've got my gummy bears here ready to roll, and I've got my protein drink here ready to go. So I'm going to have those here in just a little bit. So that's my first step. Put in your staples. Find something that makes it easy to just get started. Second step is there something that you think you're going to be craving? Did you wake up wanting something specific? Have you been wanting something for the last week and you're like, I need to have that soon? Well, I try to fit those staples or the cravings in now because it's going to help you stay sane, right? It's going to help you feel like you're still living life and you're not depriving yourself of anything. So you would put the cravings in now at this point if you've got any. I did not have any necessarily this week. If I did, I would have put them in here. But after you do step 2, you're just building the rest of your food for the day. So I've done that already, the breakfast meal, the lunch meal, and the dinner meal. Now remember, when you do these meals, you still have to add everything in here as single items into the app first. You can't make a recipe unless you've got each item in your app already as an individual item, because then you take each item and you add them into the recipes. Remember, you got to add all those in individually first for it to calculate and actually make the recipe. So after I did my staples, after I did my meals, what that's allowing me is some snacks for the day. And I am winging these. These are things that I am not prepping ahead of time. These are things that I am going to still do basically on the go. And for me, what I've done here is the Bob's Trail Mix. If we click on that, that's another recipe that I created. And let's go to food info. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Back. Let's go back to recipes. And so you can see Bob's Trail Mix right here. We're going to hit the edit now. My trail mix, I used to put this on a lot of my meals. This is just a mix of wasabi peas. These are dried wasabi peas, some raisins, and some almonds. And I just put them in a bowl like a trail mix them up, and eat them. Now I have to be a little bit careful here because this particular recipe you can see is very high on carbs. 87 grams of carbs for a pretty minimal size serving, and 18 grams of fat. There was a lot of fat in those dried wasabi peas and the almonds too. So, but I went ahead and put this in here today because I thought it'd make for a nice snack and something different. I've also got for a snack already a frozen fruit bar, which has been on a lot of my plans. I've got some chicken breast, which is actually barbecued chicken that I made kebabs from a couple of days ago, which were delicious. I've got leftovers, so I'm going to actually eat those for a snack today, get some extra protein. So with all that being said, my staples are in here. My meals are in here. My cravings, they're not in here because I didn't have any, but if I did, they would be in here too. I've still got some room to play with. I got 393 total calories remaining. I want to probably knock out 150 more of those to feel like I'm okay. And so what I want to do here is I want to now look at the numbers at the top. 22 protein, 35 carbs, 6 fats. So I want to think if I am going to add something in, I probably want to really kind of concentrate on the protein and carb side of this. The fats are starting to get a little bit lean. So I want something protein and carb more heavy on that side. I'm thinking of something like a Greek yogurt. This is a flavored Greek yogurt. Let me go back to my recents. It's going to be a little bit higher on protein. It's going to have some carbs in it, but 0 fat. And that fits the criteria of kind of what I'm looking at here. It's going to be about 80 total calories. So we're going to knock down those just a little bit. So that looks a little bit better, but I still want to do some extra carbs. And now what I'm going to do is I don't want to add anything new in, right? I've had enough food, different things here. I'm just going to change the volume of something. What I'm going to change is the volume of my frozen fruit bar because it's all carbs. And by doing this, I am now under 300, which is kind of my goal every day. You can see 253 calories remaining. My numbers at the top are all pretty even. And now I get 2 frozen fruit bars, which they're delicious. So yay me. So that's how I built today's food plan. Again, prepping this week, doing things a little bit different. Hopefully it'll help you figure out how to do yours as well. The app I am doing all of this on, it's called My Macros Plus. It costs a couple of bucks on all the app stores, but well worth it if it helps you stay consistent. I put a link in the description down below to the iOS and the Android store to get this particular app. As always, please check out I don't have to say that anymore. Check out cheapofitness.com. Link is in the description down below. Get all your fitness stuff for way cheaper and save some bucks while you're staying fit. That's it. Thanks y'all so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Hit like on this if it was. Maybe even to subscribe. See you tomorrow. Peace out.